We got you everything you need now. You want the recordings from the textbook?
Is that okay? I was going to do
Sure.
drop.
Textbook. Textbook audio player? Which one is it?
It's,
Self-tap.
alright.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Alright, so today we're going to talk about the 4 and the 6 chord in major and minor keys, 4, 7, and 6, 7. So in major keys, let's see, can I actually take the screen up for a little bit?
Yeah.
Or can I turn it on? So in major keys, the 4 chord is major. So how would you spell a 4 chord in C major? Anybody?
FAC.
FAC. FAC. So just adding another third onto that in a major key, what would be a third above that in C major? E. Right. So in the major keys, the 4 chord is a major 7th chord. So let's just try a few more of those. In B flat major, how would you begin spelling the 4 triad? Major 4. E flat, G, B, and adding another third onto the top of that. D. So E flat, G, B flat, D. And it's the same thing with the 6th chord. You have a minor 6 triad in major keys. So in the same key, B flat, how do you spell a minor 6 triad? B flat major. G. G, B flat, D. Right. So I was thinking maybe we could, there's a snapping game that sort of helps with drilling these things in, and you guys probably know these pretty well, but it helps. So what we're going to do is, if everyone can snap, 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm going to do is give you a chord to spell. We're going to spell it on the beat. So I'll just give an example. 4, 7, E flat major. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Should we go a little slower? Yeah. 1, 2. We'll try that one again. 4, 7, E flat major. 1, 2, 3, 4. A flat, C, E flat, G. All right. 6, 7, B flat major. Yeah, so I guess we'll just go right after, so it's a fast game. We'll try that again. 6, 7, B flat major. G, B flat, D, F. 4, 7, A flat major. D flat, F, A flat, C. 4, 7, E major. A, C sharp, E, G sharp. Good. 6, 7, C major. A, C, E, G. 4, 7, G major. C, E, G, B. All right, good. So the major key is pretty easy because you always have the same accidentals and everything. But as Dr. Harbinson was talking about, in the minor key, you have 3 different forms of the scale. So that 6th scale degree can be raised or lowered. So normally, you have the flat 6, so A flat and C minor. So you'd have a 6, 7, which is a major 7 chord. So that's typically how you find it. As you know, if you have the raised 6th scale degree, you'll have a what type of chord? What type of 7th chord? If you have raised 6 and you have a 6, 7 chord. Half diminished. Right. Because it doesn't change the top 3 notes, but all you're doing is you're raising this to become a natural. So in that case, you would analyze that as 6, half diminished 7. So the 4 chord in minor keys is typically a minor 7 chord. It can also have the raised 6, which would make it a what type of chord in a minor key? If you have the raised 6 scale degree, major minor, right. So maybe we'll try the snapping game, and we'll just start out with minor 4/7 and major 6/7 for now, and then we'll add in the fun ones. So, all right. Four, 7, C minor, F, A flat, C, B flat. All right, I'm gonna slow down. 6, 7, B flat minor, G flat, B flat, A flat, F. Great. That one was tricky. 4, 7, F minor, B flat, G flat, F, A flat. 4, 7, G minor, C, E flat, G, B flat. 6, 7, F minor, D flat, F, A flat, C. Okay, so do you think that if you saw some notation examples, let's see, you would be able to, well, have you done inversions yet with
Yes.
those chords? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so maybe we'll turn to page 252 in your book. How do you turn on the dot cam?
Just hit the button, the dot cam button on there, and it should come on. See a dot cam button? There you go.
All right. So maybe we'll try number 1 together. So in C major, how would you approach that? Anybody? What's your approach, Jasmine?
Well, for me, I think of what the chord would be in the root position first, and then I invert it. And so I would think, okay, well, the chord in order would be A, C, E, G, and then I think of the inversion, and I go back and say, okay, now let's flip that around and do E, the bass.
Right. That is a great way to go about it. So in that case, like you said, you'd have A, C, E, G, and in a 4/3 inversion, you have the 5th in bass. So how would you spell that? E, G, A, C. Right. All right. So maybe try 2 through 5. Can you write in these books or? Okay. Well, try 2 through 5 on your own, and then we'll get together as a class. And if you have questions about any of them, please let me know. Okay, so do we all have at least number 2 that we can work on? All right, so in F minor, how would you go about spelling a major 4-6-5 chord? Alex?
B flat.
So you'd start spelling out the chord in root position
Yeah.
and then invert it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that chord would start B flat.
B flat, D, F,
In F minor,
A flat.
A flat.
Yeah.
So you have,
And then on the bottom I have D, 6-5.
okay, so you have B flat and A flat. What about the third of the chord?
Is that flat?
D flat, right. All right. So then you just invert it, putting the third on the bottom. And is that what everyone got? 4-6-5? All right.
Not.
Yeah.
Major 4-6.
Major? Oh gosh, okay, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's a good one for them to look at.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's not your minor 4-6-5, is it? The one that you always work with?
Right. So it is, yeah, you were right at first, with the D natural. Yeah, that was just a mistake on my part. So that is not the minor 4-6-5, that's major 4-6-5. So this being the raised 6th scale degree changes that a lot. So in that case you'd have is that what everyone got? Does that make sense, how we got that? The major 4-6-5? Thank you. Okay, so in B flat major, how would you write a major 6-5 chord? Start with the 4th scale degree, E flat, right? E flat, G, B flat, D.
And
And then G's on the bottom. Okay. What about the 1-7 chord in minor? We didn't talk about that, but you probably would just know instinctively what to do with that. So you have a minor triad and a minor 7th on top of that, right? So in C minor, how would you spell a minor 1-7 chord? C, E, B flat, G, B flat. And in C minor, the 6th major 7 chord is built on what scale degree? Is it the flat 6 or the raised 6? For a 6th major 7 chord. Well, if you think, so if it were built on, if you built a, yeah, if you built a major 7 chord on A, you would have A, C sharp, E, G sharp, and that wouldn't really work in the key of C minor. So, yes.
It's E. Number 4.
Is E?
C minor.
Oh,
Number 4.
number 4 is E minor.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so E minor,
That's fine.
what?
You just changed 5. 5 is C.
The 1-7.
Oh, okay,
The
thank
1-7.
you. All right. So in E minor, how would you spell what? How would you spell a?
The 5
what?
minor 7 is C. The 6 minor major 7 is C.
Okay.
The other one is C.
Thank you. So in E minor, how would you spell a 1-7 chord? E, G, B, D, right. And in C minor, the 6th major 7 chord is built on A flat. So A flat, C, E flat, G. All right. Now I guess we'll do some analysis. So going down to section B, have you done much of this
Yeah,
Okay,
we've done a lot of these.
alright. So try numbers 1 through 3 and see how you do on those. And then we're going to listen to this block chorale at the bottom and try to do some harmonic analysis of that. But for now, B 1 through 3. Okay, so for number 1, it's probably best to stack the chord up in thirds because it seems like it's in some sort of inversion. So if you were going to stack that chord in thirds, what would the root note be?
G.
G. Right, so you have G, B, D, and F sharp. In the key of E minor, what scale degree is G? That's 3, right. And so, we didn't talk about the 3-7 chord. Have you talked about that yet? The 3-7 chord? Okay. So, in minor keys, you have a minor 3 triad, which means that the 3-7 chord is what quality?
Major 7.
Major 7, right. So, number 1 is a major 7 chord in what type of inversion? 6-5. So, did anyone have problems with that one? So who has an answer for number 2? Yeah.
6-4, minor 6-4-3.
Minor 6-4-3. Yeah, that is what I would say. Because you have a G minor 7 chord with D in the bass and B flat major. Good. What about number 3? Yeah.
Minor 4-7.
Minor 4-7. Yes, that is what I would say. Because you have an F minor 7 triad in root position. So are these pretty straightforward at this point? You're not really having any problems with that? Okay. Maybe we'll go on to the Bach now. And we listen to this and do a harmonic analysis.
It's the Mac button.
Self-test, 15.
Alright, so we'll just listen to it and try to do a harmonic
C1.
analysis of the Bach. Okay. So did everyone see where that is? That's page 252 at the bottom, C. Alright. Alright, so in the key of G major, what is that first chord? In G major?
Major 7.
Somebody said it. It's a 3 chord, right. Because you have a B minor triad. And that C in the tenor is just a passing tone. So you have a 3 chord, and then your next chord, you have E in the bass. Is that chord in root position? So E in the key of G major is the 6th scale degree. So you have E, G, B, D. What quality of 7th chord is that?
Minor.
Right, minor, minor. So you have a 3 chord in the first beat, going to a 6, 7 chord in the second beat. Let's listen to that again.
Fifteen one, C one.
What type of cadence was that at the end? Could you identify that orally? As being a perfect octave cadence, right? So, what about the third beat of the first measure? You have an A in the bass. It's just a 2 with a passing tone going to, what type of chord is that? In the fourth beat. It's a 1-6 chord, right? And then the last measure is just your cadential measure. So you have 5 with a suspension, 4/3 suspension, and the alto, and ending with a perfect alternate cadence. So, well, I think that's probably about it. I think it only has to be 15 minutes, so
It's okay. Thank you, Mom.
thank you.